Let's have a look at our future. A future where we are all engaged. Okay, enough. This is our future. The world population has plateaued. Two-legged babies, now they're on the decline. But four-legged babies, they're on the incline. Check out these cute little clones. EQ and IQ. It's our natural selection criteria. That's you, that's me. And our core values, they align with the environment. They align with the animals of this planet. They align with the humans of this planet. We are leaders. We've evolved. We are world policy influencers. Veterinarians contribute to society and it is widely recognised. We are the guardians of the well-being of this world. EQ and IQ, the wave, robotics, AI, the wave has crashed over us. We are working faster, we're working harder and a little bit smarter. EQ and IQ has changed the ways our successful outcomes for our patients have evolved. The millennials, gotta love those guys. There isn't an inch of this planet that doesn't know what we do, how we do it, why we do it, and how much it costs. And the financial constraints, they're a thing of the past. Innovative business models based on sustainability, based on the health and well-being of the veterinary team. They result in record profits, coupled with appropriate charging for our services. The wages increase across the industry and they continue to rise. And the womanisation of the industry. The chicks, the chitty chatter, the talking circles. We collaborate, we communicate, we applaud new ideas. We engage. The womanisation of the industry allows us to flourish. Sounds pretty good, hey? But back up the truck. Okay, my story started around about 10 years ago, where at the time I had unsuccessfully been able to buy into a veterinary clinic. I'd pretty much had enough of the profession. I was out. I was definitely in the BMW, bitch, moan and whinge zone. Had enough. And, you know, I was like, what else could I do? But with a little bit of family support, I basically put on my big girl's pants and I started up a very woman-styled veterinary practice. I worked hard, the practice grew, and about 2 years later, to celebrate that success, I took my girls along to a veterinary association hosted cocktail night. And at that evening, the past president spoke about the womanisation of the industry as if it was the harbinger of doom. It was pretty much a widely held view at the time. It pretty much made me really mad. And, you know, I guess that was the point that it really lit my fire. But, you know, hey, what was I going to do, right? What was I going to do? You know. So I just worked hard and the practice grew, but it was kind of like stuck in my craw. It was like a fur ball. I couldn't get up. It was like, slow burn. And so eventually, because I knew action changes things, I did something about it. I found my advocates. Women like me who seek change. And we formed the Talking Circle. We met once a month over a few glasses of wine. And month after month and year after year, we grew. We worked hard and we grew. We embraced that change that we were looking for. So skip forward to tonight, and we actually have a full house. Jacinda Ardern. We have a 37-year-old female pregnant Prime Minister. Helen Clark, her mentor, stated there would never be a red carpet rolled out for a woman leader. But 2017 showed that the red carpet would be rolled out for Jacinda Ardern. Gender equality, pay equity, sexual harassment and bullying in the workplace. The global Me Too campaign, finally women are collectively coming together, and they have a voice, and they have a loud voice, and that voice is demanding change. And what about us as veterinarians? You know those little fur babies in the first scene? Okay, they are actually clones. Barbara Streisand and her beloved Sammy. Now, cloning your dog after it's dead, right or wrong, it's probably not the point. The highlighting bit here is that the human-animal bond is strong. This is our future, this is our now, you know, and it's coming faster than we think, so let's settle up. But what about us? What about the nitty-gritty? What about the now? What's happening with us? I didn't really know about the right now because I only think about, you know, what we're talking about. So I put it out there further to the wives support group, and we put it out onto Facebook and over email and asked them to do a 2-minute survey just to give me a right now feeling. And what we found out was that we were pretty happy. You know, happy in our work, happy in our everyday life. Most of us actually had role models and mentors. Most of us didn't hit the bottle or a pill jar at the end of a very hard day. But mostly, 7 out of 10 of us, most of us, thought for fair pay, for fair work for fair pay was an industry issue. But the big question, why do we leave the profession? Didn't know, but pretty much what we thought. Stress, those long work hours. I can just see everyone in this room just like knowing what I'm talking about here. Our adrenals, grapefruit size, out of cortisol. That's why we leave the profession. Poor pay, lack of family flexible hours, lack of professional support, still an issue, management and client issues, a lack of career opportunity, all significant factors. But in hindsight, I guess what I was thinking is not asking why do we leave the profession, but why do we stay? What would make us stay? So let's throw around some ideas. What tomorrow could we do to make that change? Pet owner certificate, simple as that. In New Zealand, we have the highest pet ownership per household in the whole of the planet. And less than 5% of our 1.8 million pets are actually insured. If we all decided we're going to double that, triple that, you know, let's go crazy and say 10 times that amount, can you imagine what will happen for our patients, our own client satisfaction, and also for our own job satisfaction? Is appropriate charging would allow the industry levels of pay to rise. Mental friendly practices. A symbiotic relationship between an employer and an employee. A two-way street. So a mutually beneficial relationship. A relationship that was like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to be a good veterinarian because I've been doing it for so long, and I'm going to give you lots of support, and you're going to teach me how to be a better employer because I don't know what you need in the future. So a mutually beneficial relationship based on growing professionally always. And finally, it was a great idea that I stole of someone else, the female-friendly practice. Turns out we're not the same as boys. We don't want the same things. Communication, collaboration, transparency. Female-friendly practice based on family values. Help and support for primary caregivers. You know, those are initiatives. They're not hard to actually bring into a practice. And I think a certification would help us stay. This is a profession we love. We all want to stay in it. Just simple changes, because action changes things, that we could bring home tomorrow to our employment place and say this could work. But you know, I'm a bit of a dreamer. I do believe in the laws of attraction, however, and I did have a dream. That dream was that Richie McCaw came into my consult room to talk about corrective brachycephalic surgery. At that time, I talked him into being the next New Zealand Wives Inspirational Speaker. Also, that we engage. You've turned up tonight, that's engagement. Action changes things, you've made it here. But we need to engage for our future. Because who will benefit from this? Who will benefit from us engaging and aligning as a profession? All these people, but we can just skip to the bottom line. All of humans and all of animal kind. Everyone will be involved with our engagement. So what are you going to do? I think you could say it's somebody else's problem, maybe vet association or vet council, they should be doing something about this. You could also say, actually one day, I'd actually like to do something one day, but I'm a bit tapped out, I've got some issues and I really need some me time and I'm just too stressed to do anything. So you can say like one day. Or you could say tomorrow is day one. Tomorrow is day one that you walk out of here, you pass this message on and you align, engage and act for change. So action changes things. Thank you.